Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Gallatin, Tennessee. We're on the campus of Volunteer State Community College. Today's nine-inning game one of three in the series between VolState Pioneers and the Salukis of Southwest Tennessee, located down in Memphis, Tennessee. The head coach is meeting with the umpires at home plate. It is windy and chilly here in Middle Tennessee today. 20-plus mile-an-hour winds right now blowing from center field over to right field. Getting a little bit of a late start here. First game back after the Walter State series last weekend. Let's get to our Toyota of Gallatin starting lineups. First for the visiting Salukis of Southwest Tennessee, who come in with a record overall 21-22. They're 7-11 in the TCCAA. That's tied for sixth with Dyersburg State and Jackson State. Leading off playing center field is Stephen Hayden. Shortstop Logan Luckett bats second. Copeland Bradford bats third. He's the DH. Braden Stewart at first base hitting cleanup. Hayden Collins at second base batting fifth. Evan Ash, the catcher, batting sixth. Connor Brinkley will bat seventh to play third base. Nick Stamper in left field batting eighth. Jordan Johns in right field. He'll hit ninth. And on the mound for Southwest Tennessee, right-hander Zach Seward from Eads, Tennessee. 6 foot, 185-pound sophomore. Played high school at Tipton Rosemark Academy. Salukis are coached by Eric Schoenrock in his fifth year. He's assisted by Wade Weinberger and former Saluki pitcher Colton Brumley. You see the wind blowing the pant legs of Coach McGuire out there. He will lead the charge for the Pioneers, who will have a batting lineup that goes like this. Logan Molnar leading off playing shortstop. Zach Zimmerly out in left field. He'll bat second. Stephen Bell will hit third and play right field. Cannon Lewis, the DH, hitting cleanup. Connor Paul at first base, batting fifth. Walker Strange batting sixth and playing third base. Catcher Lex Falsoni hits seventh. Reggie Cooper in center field hitting eighth. And Drew Plummer batting ninth. He'll play second base. And on the mound, the redshirt sophomore left-hander Caden Johnson getting the start in game one. He is from Huntsville, Alabama. Played his high school in Sparkman High School down in Huntsville. Pioneers are head coached by Jim McGuire in his third year. His two first-year assistant coaches, pitching coach Sam Folks and Shane Kemp. Home plate umpire Creel Waddell and Daniel Rios on the bases. Getting ready for our national anthem as the Pioneers will take the field. The remaining players will line up in front of their dugouts. Salukis will also line up right at the edge of the warning track and the grass. We will pause for our national anthem. And Braxton Alexander says, play ball. We don't have our field mic today. A little too windy to open the window. Too many papers flying around here inside the press box. So it'll just be background noise between the press box gang. Devin Thrain has graced us with his presence, medical red shirt at a Summit High School. Left-handed pitcher. 5'11 and a half, 172. 185. He's had a few biscuits, okay. And Braxton Alexander, DJBA, our public address announcer, disc jockey all year long. He's at about 5'11 and 3/4, 186. No. 192. Good golly, Braxton. They don't even have a cafeteria here. What are you doing? Are you having pancakes at home? Hitting that protein shake. Looks good on you, though. It looks good. I would love to be back down to 196. Tim Reese shrinking at 5'11 now and about 200 pounds. Surprised we don't have more folks up here in the press box with the chilly temperature with that wind cutting through. Caden Johnson on the mound getting the start in game one. He has some family matters to tend to this weekend, and so he will be heading back down to Huntsville to Joe Jr. and Miss Shayna, his parents, and Mimi in Gadsden, Alabama. Praying for that family down in there, and as they lost Joe Sr. this past week. So, Miss Mimi, we're praying for you and know you're watching and listening in, and tough time for the family. Also a celebration, I understand, down there. Great granddaddy is turning 100 here soon. I don't have the exact birthday, but so also a cause for celebration in the Johnson family and the Caden Johnson family. Caden comes in for his 11th appearance of the year, 9th start. He's got a complete game no-hitter. Pitched down, as a matter of fact, down there at the home of Southwest Tennessee, down in Millington. We are about set for baseball. First pitch from Caden Johnson misses outside, and we are underway. Game time temperature at 2 p.m. brought to you by Accurate Mortgage. 59 degrees feels like 57 here in Gallatin, Tennessee. Cal now goes 2 balls and no strikes to Stephen Hayden, the center fielder. Hayden from Louisville, Kentucky. He looks at a called strike on the outside corner. Hayden hitting .305. This is game number 30 for him. Start number 25. Now looking at a 3-ball, 1-strike count. Johnson has had trouble with the strike zone this year in 30 innings. Walked 36 batters. Looking to get one in the zone here, and it will not go there. Lead-off walk for the center fielder, Stephen Hayden. Logan Luckett, the shortstop, steps in. 6'2", 175-pound freshman from Adamsville, Tennessee. Played in all 43 of the Saluki games and started each of those. First pitch he sees is in there for a called strike. He's hitting .266. Leads the team in official at-bats, 143. Also leads the team in hits with 38. Team leader in RBIs at 33. Runner bluffed to go, and there's a ground ball. That's going to sneak into left field. First two are going to reach here in the top of the first inning. Lead-off walk and a single by Logan Luckett. Molnar was sneaking towards second base, maybe anticipating the steal from Hayden. Vacated his spot there at shortstop. Copeland Bradford, the DH, steps to the plate. He's from close by, Lebanon, Tennessee. Went to Lebanon High School. Gets a breaking pitch and hooks that into the parking lot. It finds grass over there. That's about the area the other day when I came by. Saw Braxton Alexander's vehicle parked up there, I believe. Did you park your car up there in that parking lot during the school week? 0-1 pitch. As Johnson looked back again, changed him up. Bradford is a sophomore, 5'11", 200 pounds. Caught a little bit last year. I'm not sure that he's gotten behind the plate this year. He has been in the DH role pretty regularly. 0-2 pitch. Another changeup misses down. Bradford playing in his 42nd game of the year. Hitting leads the team in doubles with 9. 1-2. Grounded foul. Pass head coach Eric Schoenrock at third base. So with 3 coaches, I'm assuming that's Colton Brumley down at first base. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Braden Stewart, first baseman, is on deck. Johnson looking for an out or 2. Gets another foul ball. That will get into the maintenance shed with the garage door open. Ball will probably be found maybe next Wednesday when they go to get a piece of equipment out of there. Look at there. Salukis have a player after that foul ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He knew right where to go, too. Runners are going. Throw down to second base to get the trail runner, who does not slide. The double steal for Stephen Hayden and Logan Luckett. Lex Falsoni almost snuck one in there. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Copeland Bradford with 2 in scoring position. Pops one up in the infield. Walker Strange should have a shot at this. Caden Johnson's over. He's going to watch Walker make the catch in foul territory for out number 1. Braden Stewart, the first baseman, steps to the plate. Stewart will also get on the mound. He leads or is second on the team in appearances on the mound for the Salukis. He's got a dozen appearances, all in relief. We might see him later on swinging a miss on a changeup. Stewart's a 6'3", 220-pound freshman from Warsaw, Kentucky. Leading the team in hitting, 364. Playing in game number 36. As I said, some of those are on the mound, some in the field. 77 official plate appearances, 28 hits, 6 doubles, 4 home runs, 19 RBIs. Got a chance to pick up 2 here in the top of the first. Fouls that one back. Johnson ahead in the count, a ball and 2 strikes. Pioneers on a 4-game losing streak. Did not get to play their midweek game against Vincennes up in Indiana. That game got rained out. Series sweep fell to the Senators of Walter State, who lead the TCCAA. They are 15-3. Southwest Tennessee 2 weeks ago defeated Walter State in the first game of that series. 8-7, but then fell 2 run rule games in game 2 and 3. Southwest Tennessee has been a pain in the side of VolState the last couple of years. Breaking pitch misses up. Well, a full count. Ministries full count. Last year, the Pioneers dropped 4 out of 5 games to Southwest Tennessee. Won game 1 down in Memphis, and then dropped games 2 and 3 in conference, and had to play Southwest twice in the conference tournament. There's ball 4. That'll load the bases. Second walk of the inning. Hayden Collins will step in. With 1 out, bases loaded, but first we're going to have a visit from pitching coach Sam Folks. Last year, the Pioneers played 4 games in the conference tournament. 2 losses were to Southwest Tennessee. Year before that, the 7-10 matchup in the TCC AA play-in game in the tournament up in Chattanooga. VolState was the number 7 team, and Southwest Tennessee was the number 10 team. 11-8, Southwest won that game. I believe Colton Brumley was on the mound for Southwest. Colton Brumley, assume as the pitching coach here, played 4 years in junior college, 2 of them right here at VolState, and then went to Southwest and was able to get 2 more. He was actually headed down to a Florida NAIA school, but had a horrific injury of his right arm between his elbow and his shoulder last summer. Swing and a foul tip into the glove of Falsoni as Johnson gets ahead of Hayden Collins. Brumley was pitching in the Prospect League in a game between the Jackson Rockabillies and the Cape Catfish up in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. That one gets by Falsoni, and Southwest Tennessee is going to take the early lead as the wild pitch brings home the first run. Count is 1 ball and a strike to Hayden Collins, also a two-way player. He's got 11 appearances on the mound. No force now in the infield. There's a ground ball that goes foul between third base coach and the bag. Johnson ahead in the count. Caden Johnson has one of those very sharp breaking curveballs. You've got to be ready for that hitting the dirt. Johnson comes set and delivers to Collins. Another pitch down in the dirt. Nice stop by Falsoni. So a couple walks and a base hit. And now a wild pitch. So no RBI. Breaker slow roller down to third base. That's going to be a foul ball as Strange tries to complete the play to first base. Just went foul. We'll start it all over again with a 2-2 count. Runners at second and third. It's going to be a tough play for Walker. Nice job by Stephen Bell out in right field to come back up that throw, and it did get by Connor Paul. He would have been blocked to throw that ball to the plate, though, as Logan Luckett down at third base was between him and the catcher. 2-2 pitch to Hayden Collins. Popped up to the right side. Wind will blow that out of the way. Get over the light standard where the Ospreys are building a nest. Braxton, you're not asked to climb that pole right there and go throw those sticks down. That's some pretty good branches. Yeah, 2-2 pitch is high. A Full Count Ministries Full Count. Stay tuned after the game. We'll have a Full Count Ministries verse of the game. Three-two, fouled off. Johnson buried one on his hands there. Collins swinging that bright orange bat. Johnson got to pop out to the third baseman in foul territory. He's going to need another one of those. Instead, he gets a helper from Collins, a swing and a miss on a high fastball. That's the first strikeout of the game for Johnson. That's now 48 of them this year for Caden Johnson. Evan Ash, the catcher, steps in. He looks at a called strike. Ash from Ontario, Canada, 6'1", 200-pound sophomore. Hitting .247. Drives one out to right field, sends Stephen Bell back. He's turned and will face the infield and make the catch for out number 3. As the Pioneers and Caden Johnson wiggle off the hook. Ash hit that one well, but wind blowing directly from center field to home plate right now. But the Salukis take the lead on 1 run, 1 hit. No errors, 2 runners left on base. Now it's time for the Pioneers to grab the sticks. Take a break, be right back.
Every day, all around the nation, people find themselves in need of a hero. Fire and emergency medical responders are those heroes we need. If you desire to make a difference in your community, visit VolState.edu to learn more.
Have you ever wondered what happens when you click Buy It Now? A whole series of transactions take place, from the manufacturer to your front door.
That is logistics and supply chain management.
At VolState, we offer end-to-end supply chain courses.
Going into the future, our students need to understand these processes.
A lot of business is dependent upon getting a product on time.
Students here at VolState are able to leave here with that knowledge.
Because the supply chain
Is counting on me.
We're all working in the cloud. But what really is the cloud? If you start pulling back the clouds themselves, you find out it's an infrastructure. Computer science is really computer engineering. Right now, Middle Tennessee is quickly becoming a growing tech hub with several IT companies that are looking for skilled workers. If you're pursuing the CIT program at VolState, you're preparing yourself to fill those positions.
Tim Reese back on the VolState Sports Network. Move to the bottom of the first inning. Zach Seward on the mound for the Salukis. Logan Molnar, Zach Zimmerly, Stephen Bell set to face the right-hander from Eads, Tennessee, down near Memphis, down to Shelby County. Didn't have our catcher out here, Evan Ash. Made that last out of the inning as Southwest Tennessee sent 6 to the plate. A little bit of spitting rain here. I didn't think it was supposed to rain, but it was sunny early. But the lights are on here at Pioneer Field at the Tim Garrett Baseball Complex. If you want to join the show, send an email to treesports@gmail.com. Guessing most people stayed home for today's game. Baseball coming down off the Saluki dugout. Not sure where that came from, but Pioneers find themselves down 1-0 as they get their turn at bat. Logan Molnar, sophomore shortstop, looks at a first pitch fastball in the inside corner for a called strike. Molnar playing in game 33 We're having a little trouble getting the ball back to the pitcher. That's the second time that I've seen a ball not get into the glove of Zach Seward. On for his 10th appearance of the year, 6th start. Has a 3-2 record, 6.52 ERA in 29 innings of work. Fastball misses away. Southwest plays their home games at USA Stadium in Millington, Tennessee. Pioneers were down there for a doubleheader earlier this year. Also had the Babe Howard Classic. I think that was at this spring, I guess that was the Babe Howard Classic. Also had another showcase down in Millington last fall. Breaking pitch fouled off to the right side. It'll get over toward the maintenance shed as well. Another one that almost goes into the garage. It's down there by the Bobby Hudson Pavilion. Cal moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Seward delivers another breaking pitch. Grounded to third. A big hop that comes off the arm of Connor Brinkley, and Molnar is going to reach on the air. Tough hop there for Connor Brinkley at third base. Not familiar with Pioneer Field. It's an all-natural surface. Well, 99.9% is natural. There's one little ring right around home plate that's artificial. Zach Zimmerly steps in. He's going to get hit in the hand. That's not going to feel good. But he's going to head on down to first base, and just like Southwest Tennessee, first 2 have reached here in the bottom of the first. Not a bad pitch. It's the 10th hit batter of the year for Zach Seward. Zimmerly's second time to get plunked this year. Stephen Bell steps to the plate with 2 on and nobody out. Fastball low. Bell, sophomore from Ravenwood High School, hitting .278, 5 doubles. He's got a home run and 16 RBIs. Playing in game number 33. That catches the inside corner. This is VolState's 35th game of the year. Record of 13-21, 3-14 in conference play. Look at working Molnar back. Molnar did not budge from his position. Let's see if I can find the right weather app to tell me what the winds are. It says it's 13 miles an hour, gusting to 22. Inside, 3 balls and a strike, with DH Cannon Lewis standing on deck. Ball 4. And the bases are loaded. So an error, a hit batter, and now a walk. As Stephen Bell heads down to first base. Zach Zimmerly at second. Logan Molnar at third. A local product from Beach High School here in Sumner County. Cannon Lewis steps to the plate. Speed pitch gets in there for a called strike. Lewis hitting .254, 18 RBIs, 2 home runs. Gonna need line drives right here as that breaking pitch just missed outside. Getting his 20th start of the year. He's also two-way player. Will get on the mound. He sees a pitch go right by his nose. Lewis has 3 appearances on the mound this year. Looking at a 2-1 count with bases loaded, nobody out. Breaking pitch swung on and missed. Going to be hard to jerk one out of here to left today. Wind blowing from that left field parking lot, either straight to home plate or toward the right field bullpen. They have to keep it down. And he does just that. Serves one out to right field. That's down. 2 runs are going to score. Pioneers get the Framework Athletics first runs of the game, driven in by Cannon Lewis. Take the lead 2-1. RBIs 19 and 20 for the team leader. Bell ends up over at third base. One of those runs is unearned. It's Logan Molnar who reached on the air. Zach Zimmerly can get in the dugout and nurse those knuckles of his that got hit. First pitch swinging, Connor Paul pops one in to the right side in the infield. First baseman Braden Stewart ends up backing up into foul territory to make the catch. Brings up Walker Strange. Runners at the corners, brought to you by Line to Line and Game Time Sports Field. Stephen Dotson and Bill Marbett. Thank them for the netting and padding around Pioneer Field, around the dugouts and the bullpens, and for the field work to get Pioneer Field ready. Walker Strange, a redshirt freshman from Knoxville, Tennessee, steps in, swings to the first pitch. It's a good thing he didn't hit that. That was all on his bat handle. Seward has that fastball that will come back on the right-handed batter. Seward had his sign. He went into his pitch delivery before Walker Strange was ready. He almost did it again. Strange gets in there, is now ready to go. Swing and a miss. He's down 0-2. Strange 6'1", 215-pound third baseman from CAK, Christian Academy, Knoxville. Transferred from Lipscomb University, where he was last year with head coach Jeff Forehand, and he has 3 pitches, and he's down on strikes. He went up there hacking. 2 outs. Lex Falsoni will have the job of trying to drive in at least Stephen Bell, standing down there 90 feet away, who definitely is looking for a pitch in the dirt. See if Coach McGuire has anything going with Cannon Lewis at first base. Salukie's thinking right along with me. Throw over to first. Cannon's not going to wow you with his speed. Looking for his first stolen base. Does not go there, and a big sweeping breaking pitch misses way outside. Falsoni, a freshman from Stewart's Creek High School. Hometown in Smyrna, Tennessee, 5'11", 210 pounds. Looks at a called strike. Falsoni hitting .275. 5 doubles, a home run. Got a chance to pick up another RBI here. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. Tried to elevate himself, got up on his tippy toes. Did just get a piece of that one. Fouled it right back into Ash's glove. Seward working quickly. He's at the stretch. 1-2 pitch coming. Yanked outside. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Reggie Cooper standing on deck, hoping to get an at-bat here in the bottom of the first. Southwest scored 1 in the top of the first. Pioneers matched and raised them. There's a breaking pitch. It just misses outside. Alsoni thought he was headed to the dugout. Instead, he's going to stand there and wait for a full count Ministries full count pitch from Zach Seward, Seward. Cannon Lewis will be off with the pitch. And that's ball 4. And the bases are loaded again for Reggie Cooper. 2 walks in the inning for Seward. He came in 29 innings with 21 walks and 9 hit batters. He now has 23 walks and 10 hit batters. Cooper, sophomore, also from Stewart's Creek High School. Played at Cleveland State last year. He's also from Smyrna, Tennessee. Breaking pitch fouled off to the right. Sun's starting to peek out. There's a ball that gets by the catcher. Pioneers are going to go up 3-1 as Bell comes across the plate. I believe that's going to be a pass ball. Let's get that run on the board. Now Reggie Cooper looking at a 2-1 pitch. Is high breaking pitch count goes 3 balls and a strike. That one catches the outside corner for a called strike. Another full count Ministries. Full count. Swing and a miss, and Seward gets Cooper. The Pioneers send 8 to the plate. Score 3 runs on only 1 hit. There was 1 error, also a pass ball. I am not the official score, but on my score sheet, it'll show pass ball. 2 runners left on, but the Pioneers take the 3-1 lead. We head to the second inning. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network.
A degree in criminal justice can help you find the exciting career that you've been looking for. As a member of law enforcement, as a crime scene investigator, a teacher in a classroom, a detective working on cases, a lawyer or judge, or nearly any job where you get to put the bad guys away. Learn more at volstate.edu.
I took business management because I want to have my own business one day.
It was time for me to take that step and enroll in VolState.
When a student comes to VolState, they can leave here with knowledge that applies to all aspects of business. Cybercrimes take
3-1, VolState leads. Each team with 1 hit in their half of the first. Pioneers got their hit with bases loaded by Cannon Lewis, who drove in 2 runs. Each team scored on a either wild pitch or pass ball. Pioneers lead 3-1. Johnson will face 7, 8, and 9 in the Saluki lineup. Connor Brinkley, Nick Stamper, and Jordan Johns. First pitch swinging down the left field. It's fair. It's going to be trouble, and it is foul. Like the wind stopped there for a second. Connor Brinkley put a charge in that one. check swing this time, and a roller out to short. Molnar up with the strong throw over to first base to retire the leadoff batter. I look back at that replay on what I call a pass ball, and could have been construed as a wild pitch. Again, I am not the official scorer, so my opinion does not matter. Nick Stamper swings and misses. He's the left fielder. Count goes 2 balls and a strike. Stamper from Three-Way, Tennessee. Guessing that's down near Jackson. He went to USJ, University School of Jackson. 6'1", 190-pound sophomore. Johnson behind, 3 balls and a strike. And he loses Stamper. Third walk of the game for Johnson. Able to work somewhat around a couple walks. The leadoff batter did walk and score. Stephen Hayden, who's now standing on deck as Jordan Johns, the right fielder, steps to the plate. Johns from right up the road in Clarksville, Tennessee. There's a throw over. They got him. He is picked off. Nice pick off there by Caden Johnson. Probably his first pickoff of the year. Most of them, when they're picked off, they just start taking off towards second base. But this is and that's called a caught stealing. This is a true pickoff, 1-3 for out number 2. Jordan Johns has not seen a pitch till that fastball outside. Now he's batting with 2 out and nobody on. 5'7", 160-pound freshman. Pops one out to right field. Stephen Bell, a few steps back and several steps over toward the line, makes the catch. So the unconventional 1-2-3 inning for Caden Johnson. Able to work around that third walk of the game as he faces the minimum in the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We're playing 9 here today. Game 1 of the 3-game series. Pioneers lead 3-1. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network.
Every day, all around the nation, people find themselves in need of a hero. Fire and emergency medical responders are those heroes we need. If you desire to make a difference in your community, visit volstate.edu to learn more.
Have you ever wondered what happens when you click Buy It Now? A whole series of transactions take place, from the manufacturer to your front door.
That is logistics and supply chain management.
At VolState, we offer end-to-end supply chain courses.
Going into the future, our students need to understand these processes.
A lot of business is dependent upon getting a product on time.
Students here at VolState are able to leave here with that knowledge.
Because the supply chain
Is counting on me.
We're all working in the cloud. But what really is the cloud? If you start pulling back the clouds themselves, you find out it's an infrastructure. Computer science is really computer engineering. Right now,
Middle Tennessee is quickly becoming a growing tech hub with several IT companies that are looking for skilled workers.
if you're pursuing the CIT program at VolState, you're preparing yourself to fill those positions.
Drew Plummer, Logan Molnar, Zach Zimmerly scheduled to face Zach Seward here in the bottom of the second with a 3-1 lead. Plummer, a redshirt freshman from Spring Hill, Tennessee, former teammate in high school of Press Box Gang. Devin Thrain, as Plummer lays that one down. And the ball comes out of the glove of Braden Stewart as Plummer's going by. Looks like the throw may have brought Stewart in toward the running lane, and he is down on the ground as all-world trainer Justin McKinney comes out to check on him as does head coach Eric Schoenrock. Plummer laid the bunt down. A little bit too much back to the pitcher. See if I got over there quick enough on the bunt. I may not have. Watch a replay of that. I was a bit delayed. Saw it just right at the end. Looks like that's what happened. See if he can stay in the game. Looks like it's his left arm, which would make sense as that's the one he's catching the ball with. Sometimes the throw will lead you into the runner's lane, and runners have to be careful. They have that box that's halfway down the baseline that they have to run in. If they get too far to the left of that, if they get to the left of it in any way, then they could be called out for runner interference. Busy day here on the VolState campus as the Lady Pioneers are also playing across campus. That game should get underway in about 20 minutes. They are playing the #1 team in the conference, VolState, who's in the top 10 in National Junior College. Lady Pioneers were in the top 20 for about a week, and then 4 games set against Chattanooga State. They dropped 3 in that series, dropped them out of the top 20, then went to Dyersburg State, lost 3 out of 4 there, and are reeling a bit as Walters State comes in to Gallatin. Still checking on Braden Stewart, the first baseman. As I said, he's also a relief pitcher for the Salukis from Warsaw, Kentucky. Taking a lot of time right here. I don't see how a young man like that can continue in the game unless it's just a matter of if you can handle the pain. Devin Thrain, who's you're a pre-med here, right, Devin? He is pre-med, one of the smartest left-handed pitchers you'll ever see up here in the he's one of 2 of the smartest left-handed pitchers up here in the press box. Well, he's just say it's according to Braxton Alexander, another left-handed pitcher. He's the second. Looks like Stewart is going to come out of the game. And Hayden Collins is going to move over to first base. Ryan Welch is going to be the new second baseman. Here in the bottom of the second inning. Ryan Welch will come into the batting order of Braden Stewart. Logan Molnar, the leadoff batter, steps to the plate. With 1 on, nobody out. So another error allows Plummer to get on. First pitch swinging, Molnar pops one up out to right center field. Right fielder Jordan Johns will come over to make the catch. They did not put an error up on the board. They gave, I guess they're giving Plummer a hit on that. Okay. And Zimmerly, he better get that. Laughing at him, he got hit for the second time. This one, they catch him in the back, I think. He's got to get the target off of him. Justin McKinney getting his workout in. Zimmerly's a pretty tough kid, though. He's going to stay in this game. That just caught him by surprise. Zach Seward has hit Zimmerly for the second time. I didn't laugh at him getting hurt, folks. Okay, I laughed just because he got hit again. Took a couple steps out of there, and then he went down. Maybe it hit him in the helmet, though. The helmet came off. He reached, as I looked at the replay, it did hit him in the back of the neck. I wonder if they've got Coach McGuire's talking to the umpires about something. I think they're talking about the concussion protocol. Can they have him sit for this period of time and then reevaluate the next half inning, which is, I'm guessing, what the home plate umpire is talking to head coach Eric Schoenrock about now. So Zimmerly will have a pinch runner here. It's going to be Drew Webster. I think in the past I've seen where the player could go back in the game, but I think he has to do that in the next half inning. So pinch run is Drew Webster. He is actually also a left fielder, so if need be, he could get in at there in left field. So runners at first and second now with one out. Bell swings at the first pitch, fouls it off. The sun is trying to show its face. Bell walked and scored in the first. We've had two players, one for each team, that have stepped out of this game. Braden Stewart, who was just hurt a couple batters ago, first baseman for Southwest Tennessee, is now out of the game. Ryan Welch has replaced him. He's at second base. Sliced into left field. Nick Stamper can't get that one. It just kept going away from him and away from him. Bell's going to pull in at second base with an RBI double. So he goes opposite field. He gives the Pioneers a 4-1 lead. Drew Plummer comes in to score. Webster at third. Bell RBI double, third hit of the ball game for VolState. Second in the inning, Cannon Lewis, who had an RBI single with bases loaded in the first, steps to the plate. Some action down in the Southwest Tennessee bullpen. Lewis just able to get out of the way of that big sweeper. That's the one you want to get hit by, though, if you're going to get hit. Zimmerly's been plunked twice with fastballs, though. Stephen Bell breaks the tie for doubles on the team. He picks up his sixth. Windy day here in Gallatin, Tennessee. I've got now 3 balls and a strike. Toyota of Gallatin. I'm sorry, I just walked him. 3 balls and a strike. There's the scoreboard. Alex Qualls running the clock down there in the dugout. There's another hit batter. That one's not going to feel good. I wonder if he got that one off the hand. That's where you say, just walk me. Don't hit me. We got a coach coming out with the slow walk out to the mound. That typically means giving time for whoever it is that's loosening down in the bullpen to get ready. It's a right-hander. And whoever that coach is, I wonder if that's Brumley, Colton Brumley, that's come out. He's got the hood up. So Blaine Nunley is down in the bullpen, number 4, who's typically their game 2 starter, is warming down in the bullpen. I don't think he's ready yet. The catcher's still standing up as the home plate umpire comes out to ask if everybody's got no. Okay, that is not Colton Brumley. Wade Weinberger, assistant coach. Connor Paul, the first baseman, steps to the plate with the bases loaded. 1 out in the inning. Drew Plummer led off with a bunt single. Logan Molnar flew out. Zimmerly hit by a pitch. Stephen Bell with a double in the left field, and Cannon Lewis hit by a pitch. Connor Paul swung at the first pitch he saw in the first, popped out to the first baseman. Looks at a pitch in this at-bat and looks at a strike. Leads the team in hitting among those that are starters, hitting .333, couple doubles. Fouls that one off. Off-speed pitch misses down. Evan Ash spends a lot of time behind the plate taking that mask off and putting it back on. Must have a little trouble seeing out of it. 2-2 pitch coming to Connor Paul. Drives one to center field. It may get down in front, and it will. They're going to try to get the force at second, but throw is in the dirt. So a single drives in 1 run and gives VolState a 5-1 lead. Bases remain loaded. And we have a pinch hitter. Landon Luderman's going to pinch hit for Walker Strange. Not sure if Walker hurt himself or not. Another Knoxville native. He'll go into third base in the third. Looks at a fastball inside. Connor Paul just reached out and poked that one into center field. Picked up his 17th RBI of the year. Breaking pitch misses outside. Luderman swinging that big orange bat as well. Popular bat amongst the folks. Seward apparently asked for a new baseball. And base umpire Daniel Rios, who's keeping a stopwatch on the pitchers, has to stop his timer. Says go ahead and throw that ball out. Luderman should get a good pitch to hit here. Fouls it straight back. Landon playing in game number 20 of the year, having struggles at the plate. He has the ability, no question about it. Very strong young man. He could put one out of here quickly. Fouls another one to the left of the press box. Cam Hodges bringing some baseballs out to Creel Waddell, our home plate umpire. Ground ball to Hopper to second. Ryan Welch gloves. They'll throw on to Hayden Collins at first base. There's an RBI ground out for Landon Luderman. Drives in another run as Stephen Bell scores. Cannon Lewis moves to third, and Connor Paul moves down to second base. Now 2 outs. Alex Falsoni steps in. He walked in the first. more runs sitting out there. Falsoni drills one to right field, right center. Nobody's getting that one. That is going to one hop to the Alley Cassidy Brick and Stone sign. Lex Falsoni will think about that triple. He will throw the anchor back down at second base as he has a 2-run double. Let's get that out up there. Pioneers lead 8-1, and that will end the afternoon for Zach Seward. Falsoni put a charge in that one. Wind blowing center to right. He knocks in Cannon Lewis and Connor Paul. As 4 runs have scored in the inning. There were 2 hit batters in the inning. VolState has sent 8 to the plate again. Collected 4 hits. So Seward gives up right now 8 runs. Runner out at second base is his responsibility in the inning in 2/3. Giving up 5 hits. Walked 2, hit 3. Did strike out 2 batters. Not the day he had anticipated, as the new pitcher out on the mound for Southwest Tennessee, number 4, Blaine Nunley. 5'10", 175-pound freshman from New Palestine, Indiana. As I said, based on my research, he's normally their Game 2 starter. So I'm not sure if they have some other plans. I would assume they do. He's not going to get in this game and then start tomorrow's Game 1. Their Game 3 starter has been Peyton Charles. So we'll see how that plays out. Blaine Nunley, this is his first appearance in relief. 11 appearances, all starts, 7.15 ERA. 45 innings of work, giving up 61 hits, 48 runs. Walked 25, struck out 45 batters. He also has plunked 9 as they hit, coming into today's game, they hit 68 batters and now 71. So VolState has put 8 on the board. Got a snowman up there on the Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard. Thanks to Toyota of Gallatin for their support of VolState Athletics with brand new scoreboards all around, all 4 of the athletic teams. I said 4 runs in the inning. The Pioneers have scored 5. Reggie Cooper, the 9th batter to come to the plate, steps in. Fastball misses up. Reggie struck out to end the first. So far, I hadn't seen a strike from Nunley. Rio. Drew Plummer, who started the inning with a bunt, standing on the on-deck circle. Wind blowing straight in from center field. There's a 4-pitch walk to Cooper. As the Pioneers have now batted around. Runners at first and second with 2 outs. There's a pitch right down the can for a called strike. Nunley looks back at second and delivers another pitch right down the middle, fouled off to the right side. Plummer down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. .5'11", 165-pound redshirt freshman from Spring Hill, Tennessee. Swing and a miss on a disappearing breaking pitch. After 4 balls to Reggie Cooper, throws 3 strikes to Drew Plummer to get out of the inning. VolState scores 5 runs on 4 hits. There were no errors, 2 runners left on base. After 2, VolState leads 8-1. Thank more of our sponsors: MGM Industries, Right Rug Flooring, Dudat Communications, and Coca-Cola. Instrumental in helping with our press box with the custom-made windows and the carpet install, signage here in the press box and in the locker room, and a nice little mini fridge for the press box. Joe Gaskins and Patrick Stewart over at MGM Industries in Hendersonville. Catch them at mgmindustries.com. Thank them for their support. Right Rug Flooring, Kerry Gilbert's a salesman for them. Go to rightrug.com. Right is R-I-T-E rug.com. He also put a bunch of flooring in my house. So, good man, used to be a neighbor of mine. Craig Sennard over at Dudat Communications. They sponsor we had a Dudat double off the bat of Stephen Bell and Lex Falsoni in the bottom of the second. I don't think of the Dudat doubles as much as I think of the Dudat double plays. Maybe I'm a defensive-minded guy. And Amos Blake over at Coca-Cola donated a refrigerator. Another former softball teammate of mine from Long Hollow Baptist Church. Move to the top of the third. And the top of the Saluki lineup, Stephen Hayden facing Caden Johnson. Breaking pitch misses high and away. Hayden drew a walk in the first and is 2 balls away from drawing another one here in the third. See if Caden Johnson could come back. There's a strike on the inside corner. Swinging a foul tip into the mitt. Johnson now back ahead in the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That is popped up into right field. Back goes Plummer, and in comes Bell. Plummer's going to make the over-the-shoulder catch. Bell had reached down low, and Plummer stuck his glove up high, and they did a good job of not colliding out there in right field. So hang a star on that one for Drew Plummer. Half a star for Bell for not running into him. Logan Luckett has the only hit of the game for Southwest, steps to the plate. Freshman shortstop hit a ground ball right about where Logan Molnar's playing right now. First pitch down a little low. There's a breaker that catches that outside corner. Connor Brinkley and Logan Luckett, the only 2 Salukis to play in all now 44 games. Salukis tied for 6th in the conference. Johnson working quickly. Breaking pitch misses up. Full Count Ministries, Full Count. Caden Johnson and 9 other VolState players, part of the Full Count 242 group here. We meet weekly, and he's going to lose Luckett. 4th walk of the ball game. For Johnson, worked around 2 in the first inning. Did allow Hayden to score on a wild pitch with the bases loaded. Copeland Bradford, the DH, steps to the plate. Popped out to the third baseman in foul territory. Another throw over to first. And that is Landon Luderman now in the place of Walker Strange at third base. I assume that Walker must have sustained an injury, and I think that might be Drew Webster out in left field. So it is Zach Zimmerly did not stay in the ball game. Either that or he couldn't after the concussion protocol. That hit by a pitch apparently got him in the neck. No throw over here, and there's a fastball in the inside corner for a called strike. So we've had a couple Jersey Mike subs of the game here. Popped up to the right side. That'll get out of play. Zach Zimmerly was replaced by Drew Webster as a pinch runner in the bottom of the second. Webster stays in the game at left field. Landon Luderman pitch hit for Walker Strange in the bottom of the second. There's a swing and a miss. Down goes the DH. Second strikeout of the ball game for Johnson. Now 2 outs in the third. Ryan Welch, who came in for Braden Stewart, will step to the plate. Stewart was hurt on the play where Drew Plummer laid down the bunt. Zach Seward threw to first base, and the throw brought Stewart's gloved hand into the path of the runner. Like he got his wrist probably bent back. Ryan Welch replacing him in the batting order and moved to second base as second baseman Hayden Collins moves to first. I want to check with Daniel Rios out on the base pass, who said he did not go. Did not swing. 2 balls, no strikes. Got 2 outs and a runner at first. Swing and a miss. Welch, 5'9", 175 pounds, from Louisville, Kentucky. Louisville Eastern, I believe that was the place where Hunter Searcy went to high school. Former VolState outfielder. Now I believe a Louisville police officer. Son of Larry and Dodie Searcy. Supporters of this broadcaster and this broadcast for a couple of years, first 2 years. 3-1 pitch coming to Welch. Swing and a miss. Another full count. Ministries full count. Runner should be off. Instead, Caden Johnson's going to make sure that he doesn't leave a little too early. It's Logan Luckett, shortstop. Luckett leads the team with 18 stolen bases. Not a stolen base chance here as ball 4. Puts runners at first and second. Now 5 walks in the game for Caden Johnson. Walking that tightrope as Hayden Collins steps in. Sun fully engaged now. Wind still a factor. Swing and a miss. Bellman yanked foul into the parking lot. Johnson ahead on Hayden Collins, who struck out in the first. Collins hitting .362 coming into the weekend. Runner from second takes off. High ground ball bounced down to Luderman at third. It'll go foul. Luckett had the jump. Late break for Ryan Welch at first, but he did follow. Plummer working Luckett at second. There's strike three called on the outside corner. Falsoni knew it. Collins goes down looking. Third strikeout of the ball game for Johnson. He works around a couple walks again. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 runners, 5 walks. 1 has scored. 4 have been stranded. We'll go to the bottom of the third. Pioneers scored 3 in the first, 5 in the second. See if they can add on here in the third.
Every day, all around the nation, people find themselves in need of a hero. Fire and emergency medical responders are those heroes we need. If you desire to make a difference in your community, visit VolState.edu to learn more.
Have you ever wondered what happens when you click Buy It Now? A whole series of transactions take place, from the manufacturer to your front door.
That is logistics and supply chain management.
At VolState, we offer end-to-end supply chain courses.
Going into the future, our students need to understand these processes.
A lot of business is dependent upon getting a product on time.
Students here at VolState are able to leave here with that knowledge.
Because the supply chain
Is counting on me.
Former pitching coach Braden Kale is here in attendance today. Now the pitching coach at Trevecca Nazarene University. Good to see former coaches here. 2 of the 3 former coaches since I've been here still in the area. Head coach John Ripel was an assistant coach here last year. He's now the head coach at Pope Prep, local high school here in Sumner County, formerly known as Pope John Paul II. He will stop by from time to time as well as Coach Kale. Ross Spurgeon, first-year coach with Jim McGuire as a pitching coach, now is at Bellarmine University in the Ohio Valley Conference. Leadoff batter Logan Molnar. First pitch he sees, grounds to Ryan Welch, bobbles a little bit, but he picks it up, throws over to Hayden Collins for out number 1. Molnar is now 0 for 3. Drew Webster will get his first AB of the game. He's going to look at a ball just outside. Webster came in for Zach Zimmerly, who was plunked right in the back of the neck. Swing and a miss by Webster. Sophomore from Christ Presbyterian Academy here in Nashville. Swing and a miss at a high fastball. Down in the count 1-2. Will be hitting 200 at 8 hits, including a double, 3 RBIs. Playing in game number 20. It fists one into left center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Stephen Hayden, the center fielder, gets the ball back in, but a 1-out single for Drew Webster. Kid is always smiling. If you say, hey, Drew, first thing you're going to see is a smile on his face. He is a happy young man. Stephen Bell doubled, had a do-dat double. just kept going away from Nick Stamper out in left field. Thought he was going to be able to get to it, and it just kept going closer to the line as time is called. Not sure who called it. First person I saw call it was our base umpire. Bell's reached both times he's come to the plate, and he scored both times. Looks at a fastball right down Broadway. Walked and scored in the first, doubled, drove in a run in the second, also later scored on a ground out by Landon Luderman. It's fisted there and fouls that one over the Pioneer dugout. Down in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. 6 hits for VolState. They've got 8 runs. 1 run, 1 hit for Southwest Tennessee. Bell trying to shoot another one down that left field line, but gets under that one a little bit, fouls it into the parking lot. Not expecting as much wind tomorrow. I think the next 2 days are supposed to be nicer weather. Had 3 days of on and off rain here in Middle Tennessee. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Shoots it to third base. Tried to be backhanded by Connor Brinkley. He's going to have no play on that moderately hard hit ball down the third base line. That'll put runners at first and second. Stephen Bell credited with another hit. And Cannon Lewis steps back in the plate. He's also been on base both times he's come to the plate. Had a single with 2 RBIs in the first and then was hit by a pitch as he looks at a fastball inside. He had a 3-ball, 1-strike count on him, and he was drilled on that ball 4 by Zach Seward. Lewis had the thought of leaving the yard on that swing. Ground ball up the middle. Could be 2. They get the out at second base. Welch had a bobble there. The runners now at first and third with 2 outs. As Lewis reaches on the fielder's choice, Connor Paul steps to the plate. Runners at the corners brought to you by Line to Line and Game Time Sports Fields. They've got outfield signs out there along with Wilson Bank and Trust, Accurate Mortgage, and Jersey Mike's. Paul looks at a letter-high fastball for a called strike. Let's get that off of there. Start over with a new batter. 8-1, VolState leads. And back-to-back hits brought to you by Hit After Hit. Falling behind on my supporters. Hit After Hit, owned by Lem Pilkington, provides sporting equipment to the Pioneers. Go to hitafterhitonline.com. Paul now down in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. If you weren't with us earlier, don't have a field mic going today because of the wind is bothering me here in the press box when I crack that window. Laid steal by Cannon Lewis. Paul fouls that one back. Drew Webster on at third. Cannon Lewis at first base with 2 outs. Swinging a foul tip at the plate. Ash could not get that one in the glove. Paul stays alive. Sure, Pop, and Graham and Ma'am are listening in Tulsa, Oklahoma. A couple sets of grandparents for Connor Paul. Breaking pitch is Cannon Lewis will get the steal as the breaking pitch misses. Lewis did not slide there as shortstop Logan Luckett had to come in front of the base to receive the throw from Evan Ash, and now 2 runners in scoring position. Fisted down to first base. Collins will glove and flip to Nunley, covering at first to end the threat. No runs, 2 hits. VolState has not scored. We are a third of the way through this game as it stands right now, but 8-1 is your score. Let's thank some more sponsors. Framework Athletics, our sponsor for the first run of the game. They're located at 104B Jessica Lauren Court. All-state baseball players spent a good bit of time there this week with the inclement weather. Framework Athletics, owned by Zach Duke and Ryan McDuffie. Zach Duke, former major leaguer from 2005 to 2019, finished his career with the Cincinnati Reds, and a full count mission group on which I was a part. Met him in the Miami airport several years ago now, probably 5, and that's where he got his first taste of full count ministry, and then he connected in with Ryan McDuffie, who's one of the co-owners of CrossFit Hendersonville, and the two of them struck up a relationship and started Framework Athletics. So I want to thank Zach Duke and Ryan McDuffie for their support of VolState baseball and the use of their facility over there. Also, later we'll probably have a Summit Concrete call to the bullpen, owned by Chuck Akers, a former player of Coach McGuire over at Middle Tennessee State University. Done some remodeling work here for the Pioneers. Johnson starts the top of the 4th with a ball outside. Evan Ash flew out to right field in his first at-bat. Pops one out of play. Ash, Brinkley, and Stamper due up here in the top of the 4th inning. Swing and a miss on that changeup. Another changeup misses outside. That foul ball catches the screen. Johnson went 4 2/3 last weekend against Walter State. It was in game 1 of the doubleheader on Saturday. Gave up 4 hits, 4 runs, walked 4, struck out 5. Did not get a decision. There's a breaking pitch, just catches that outside corner. Nicely done by Caden Johnson. He struck out the last 2 and 3 of the last 4 batters. Connor Brinkley, the third baseman, steps in. He grounded out to Molnar at short. Game that the Pioneers lost 9-4. They were tied 4-4 with Walters. Walters then scored 5 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning. Held on and won 9-4 in their 3-game sweep. Swinging a foul ball. That's going to catch a little bit of Lex Falsoni. If you've been with us this year, he knows, he's from that state up north. Play a lot of hockey up there, and they're tough folks. Son of Jerry and Andrea Falsoni. Ground ball foul. Head coach Eric Brockman has to do a little two-step. Maybe that's a one-step right there as he lifted his right leg to get out of the way of that one. 2-2 pitch coming from Caden Johnson. Misses outside. Another full count. Ministries full count. They've got a sign out there on the outfield wall right next to hit after hit and the American Legion baseball sign in right center field. Full count pitch. Swing and a foul tip into the glove. Caught by Falsoni. Back-to-back strikeouts. Brought to you by, I don't know, I don't have a sponsor for that. If you'd like to sponsor the back-to-back strikeouts, send me an email. Maybe I can get my buddy Grant Edwards over at Corson with a K, Fire and Sprinkler. Nick Stamper swings and misses. Number 8 batter in the lineup. Just missed with that one. Johnson trying to pour in the strikes. That one catches the inside corner. He's a pitch away from giving his defense the inning off. Stamper asks for time. He gets one of those per at-bat. See the home plate umpire. Creel Waddell gets his paper out and will write down the fact that he took a timeout. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Caden Johnson gets the K. 3 in a row in the inning, 4 in a row in the ball game. That's number 6. As we have completed 3.5. And the Pioneers lead 8-1. We'll be right back on the VolState Sports Network.
A degree in criminal justice can help you find the exciting career that you've been looking for. As a member of law enforcement, as a crime scene investigator, a teacher in a classroom, a detective working on cases, a lawyer or a judge, or nearly any job where you get to put the bad guys away. Learn more at volstate.edu.
I took business management because I want to have my own business one day.
It was time for me to take that step and enroll in VolState.
When a student comes to VolState, they can leave here with knowledge that applies to all aspects of business.
Cybercrimes take place online, and companies need more well-trained workers to stop it.
VolState is training me to help combat cybercrimes in the future.
We're training them for those type of jobs that are out there. VolState CIT programs prepare.
Landon Luderman will lead off the bottom of the 4th inning. VolState leads 8-1. Blaine Nunley, relief pitcher for the Salukis, gets a letter high strike call on Luderman. Landon grounded out, driving in a run. There's a very similar pitch there, called a ball. Parker White has decided to come up into the press box. Just look up John 13, 34, and 35 there, Parker. Paul White, if you're listening. Shaking my head at Parker. 3 words he's got to remember. Popped up. This might be playable. Evan Ash looks back, but the folks behind the dugout putting their hand on their head. Now goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. John 13, 34, and 35. Lifted out to left field. Stamper has this one measured. He'll make the catch for out number 1. In our D group time today, I gave Parker White a directive. Every time I point to him, he's got to say these 3 words. And he's struggling to remember them. So he's going to need it tattooed on his hand. Love one another. There we go. Had a little helper here from, you found it first. 3 left-handed pitchers up here, folks, in the press box. 3 left-handed pitchers. Oh, I love this group of guys. Falsoni fouls it off. Says it 3 times in that two verses right there. Falsoni out to right field, but Jordan Johns will make the catch for out number 2. Falsoni now 1 for 2. Had a 2-run dudette double in the second. Nunnally came in the second inning to replace Zach Seward. Reggie Cooper steps to the plate. Could not hold up on the swing. Get that one out to second base, but Ryan Welch just inside the infield or outfield grass. Make the catch for a 1-2-3 inning. First time that's happened today for VolState. We will go to the top of the 5th inning. Caden Johnson out on the mound quickly. Take his place and get ready. We'll have in a couple innings, we'll do the Allie Cassidy Brick and Stone Alumni Spotlight today. Allie Cassidy Brick and Stone, one of the owners, Randy West, former neighbor of mine, and he and Keith Green put together a pallet of pavers for our alumni patio that we've started. $100 per brick, and you can have your favorite Pioneers name and years that they played here at VolState and what positions they played. You can have them entered into the alumni brick patio. Allie Cassidy Brick and Stone. Been around a long time, longer than I've even been alive, since 1879. Allie Cassidy, ALLEY-CASSETTY.com. So Keith Green, the division manager here at the Gallatin Yard, but Richard Waltz, the father of Carter Waltz, is the division manager of Allie Cassidy Brick and Stone in Clarksville. They've got locations in Georgia, Tennessee, Kentucky, and Alabama. Thank you to Randy West. Jimmy Alley, I believe, is one of the other owners. As Johnson starts Jordan Johns off of the strike. He flew out to Stephen Bell in right field. Now down in the count, 0-2. Four straight strikeouts by Caden Johnson. Tried to get number 5 there, but misses inside. Jordan Johns playing in game number 17. He picks up a base hit to center field. Breaks the string of consecutive outs and consecutive strikeouts with a base hit. Second hit of the ball game for the Salukis. What is a Saluki, you ask? It's a breed of a dog. Southwest Tennessee spells it S-A-L-U-Q-I-S. I've seen it with a K as well. Swing and a miss by leadoff batter Stephen Hayden. He walked and scored in the first, popped out to Drew Plummer on a nice play He and Stephen Bell were, the right fielder, were going after the same baseball. Plummer caught it up high. Bell was trying to catch it at the knees. The amazing part was they did not collide. Square around a bunt. Bunted right in front of the plate. Falsoni will come out and get the out at first base. There's no chance that Hayden was bunting for a sacrifice, but that's how it will be shown in the book. You don't typically sack bunt when you're down by 7 in the 5th. On the plate, Jordan Johns moves down to second base, and Logan Luckett steps to the plate. He's been on twice. Changeup called strike. Luckett singled in the first, walked in the third. Drilled down the right field. That might get into the bullpen. It will get over just past the Bobby Hudson Pavilion. Count goes no balls and 2 strikes. Bobby Hudson is the athletic director here at VolState. Been in that position for a number of years. 39 years total with the college. Just missed with that 0-2 pitch. Opened up the concession stand down below us. But with Justin McKinney here, I'm not sure if he's here operating the concession stand or not. Somebody's up for softball on the other side of campus. Luckett fouls that one off. Caroms off of the VolState dugout. Home plate umpire was looking for some baseballs. Cam Hodges a little late and snagging a few of them. He's ready now, though. Breaking pitch grounded too short. Molnar up and over to first base. On the plate, Johns moves over to third base. Now there's Cam Hodges out with some new pearls. Copeland Bradford, the DH, steps in. That's going to get to the backstop. Falsoni's throw will not connect with Caden Johnson. Caden Johnson connected with Jordan Johns, though. Looks like everybody's okay. And both runs that Southwest Tennessee has scored have been on wild pitches. And it's 8-2. Swinging a foul ball. That's going to catch a little bit of Falsoni as he doubles over. That's why they put equipment on you. Johnson an out away from matching his longest outing of the year. A 5-inning no-hitter back on February 24th against Elgin Community College, a game that the Pioneers won 12-1. They scored an unearned run without the benefit of a hit. Only walked 1 batter, struck out 6 in that game. Foul ball straight back. Cal moves 2 balls and 2 strikes. Few folks scattered around here at the Tim Garrett Baseball Complex. Still seeing blankets on April the 12th. Guess the frost date is not until April 15th here anyway, but a few days away. Full Count Ministries, Full Count. April 15th is kind of a bad word in my house. Strike 3 called. Bradford down on strikes. Johnson picks up his 7th strikeout of the year, or of the game. That looks like, do a quick check, I think that matches the most he's had. He had that at Motlow State in a 4-inning contest back on March 3rd. So Salukis do score 1 on 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on. We are through 4.5. VolState leads 8-2. Let's get to our alumni spotlight right now. Alumni spotlight for today's former right-handed relief pitcher, Carter Bolt. Carter Bolt from Georgia. Played at VolState 2 years. Was a nursing major. Here, Carter might be listening in on the broadcast. Where's he going to school now? Carter Bolt. He's down at school in Georgia. He's not at West Georgia, is he? Carter Bolt, send me an email or a text. Tell me what school you're at. He is our alumni spotlight. Carter Bolt had 1 inning of work last year. The year before that was a medical red shirt, and he was doing Braxton Alexander's job. Easy for me to say. Georgia Southern, okay. Is he still a nursing major? Last I heard he was. Strike called to Drew Plummer on a breaking pitch. Plummer a single and a run scored and a strikeout. Carter Bolt needs to get his parents to send $100 up to VolState in honor of his time here. We've got to have a Carter Bolt brick in the alumni brick patio, though. Carter did a great job on the PA and the DJ work. He was the very first one up here in the press box, and press box did not look the same then. Carter had to work through all kinds of issues with windows we couldn't see out of and not as aesthetic as it is now. 3-1 is high. Plummer draws the walk. Devin Thrain, his former teammate, gives a little clap. Second walk of the ball game by Blaine Nunley. He walked the first batter that he faced, Reggie Cooper, in the second. Logan Molnar, looking for his first hit, steps in. Reached on an error by the third baseman in the first, flew out to right and grounded out the second. Nunley working quickly. The pitch misses low and inside. If you know somebody who is finishing their time here at VolState, honor them with a brick. Swing and a miss. If you want more information or the form to get that started, send me an email at treesports@gmail.com and I'll send you the information. Timeout called. Still in nursing. Carter Bolt, right-hander. Drop down sidearm on you. The PA and the DJ man in 2022. Then it was Alex Qualls, 2023, and this year it's Braxton Alexander. Swing and a foul tip. Before that, I'm guessing they didn't have anybody do it. but that was during the Ryan Hunt era. Now the head coach at Cumberland University. Ryan Hunt was here for 5 years. He coached Colton Brumley, as a matter of fact, here at VolState. Colton Brumley now one of the coaches here at Southwest Tennessee while he is recovering from a medical issue, throw over to first base. Plummer back in time. Broken bones in his right arm. One of the most prolific pitchers last year at Southwest Tennessee, one of the top strikeout pitchers in the country. That ball gets away from the first baseman, Hayden Collins, as Nunley threw a 90-mile-an-hour cutter to him at first base. It's going to be an error. Looks like the error is going to be on Collins. It handcuffed him, but second error of the game for Southwest. Now Molnar has a runner in scoring position. That is a pickoff attempt that's not really a pickoff attempt, but they count it. You can do that as many times as you want in college. 2-2 pitch. Fouled off to the right side. Major League Baseball, you can only do it 3 times, and if you don't pick them off on the 3rd time, they move up a base. College, you can only have 1 disengagement without throwing to a teammate. Otherwise, it's a ball on the batter. Plummer with the lead at second, swing and a miss on a high fastball, or actually got a little piece of that one. Molnar down on strikes. Second strikeout for Nunley. And 1 out and 1 on. Drew Webster, who singled in the 3rd, was stranded at third base. A Jersey Mike sub in as Plummer had a huge jump. Pitch is called a ball, and Plummer steals 3rd. Pitch was called a ball. I kept it there just a little bit thinking he was going to call a strike, but it was a pretty good looking pitch. Plummer had a huge jump. Infield is now on the grass. Webster's chances for a hit have just increased. With all 4 of the infielders now playing at the infield grass. So a walk and an error on a pickoff and a steal gets Plummer to 3rd. High fly ball down the left field, but that won't stay fair. Let's see if it will stay in the bullpen. It does not. It hits right off the top of the brick wall and bounces into the parking lot. That fastball was boring in on Webster's hands. Nunley has the sign. He's pitching from the stretch. Trying to stay tight on Webster. And I don't know why. My brain's not working. 3 balls and a strike to the young man they call Webby. Sophomore from Christ Presbyterian Academy. He gets 1 out to center field. That'll drive in a run. Let's see if Hayden's going to be able to make the catch. He will make it over in right center field. Plummer will score on the sac fly. And VolState gets that run back in the previous half inning on an RBI fly out by Drew Webster. Nice play by Hayden. That ball kept moving away from him. So right now, an unearned run. Backhand by Welch at second. He'll throw out. Bell swings on the first pitch he sees. And an unearned run as Plummer was gifted second base on the errant pickoff attempt, but 1 run, no hits, 1 error, and nobody left on base. We are through 5. Pioneers lead by 7. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network.
A degree in criminal justice can help you find the exciting career that you've been looking for. As a member of law enforcement, as a crime scene investigator, a teacher in a classroom, a detective working on cases, a lawyer or a judge, or nearly any job where you get to put the bad guys away. Learn more at volstate.edu.
I took business management because I want to have my own business one day.
It was time for me to take that step and enroll in VolState.
When a student comes to VolState, they can leave here with knowledge that applies to all aspects of business.
Cybercrimes take place online, and companies need more well-trained workers to stop it.
VolState is training me to help combat cybercrimes in the future.
We're training them for those type of jobs that are out there. VolState CIT programs prepare students to earn industry standard certifications within the IT industry.
I choose VolState because the future needs me now. My story could be your story.
Top of the 6th. Ryan Welch, Hayden Collins, Evan Ash to face Caden Johnson. Caden out in his longest outing of the year. A wave at that pitch from Johnson. Welch now down on the count 0-2. He walked in the 3rd. Came on for Braden Stewart, who was injured in the 2nd inning. Swing and a miss. Johnson picks up his season high in strikeouts. His 8th strikeout of the ball game as number 8 Hayden Collins steps to the plate. He's 2 of those strikeout victims. Struck out swinging in the 1st, looking in the 3rd. Drew Webster out in left field. Reggie Cooper in center. Stephen Bell in right. Landon Luderman at 3rd. Logan Molnar at short. Drew Plummer at 2nd. Connor Paul at first base. Lex Falsoni behind the plate, catching Caden Johnson in his 6th inning of work. Worked around 5 walks in the game. Two-one pitch, fouled off. Probably not where Hayden Collins wants to be. Having to look at another 2-strike pitch. You get into the groove of striking out a lot. You don't like to get to 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch, misses outside. We'll have a full count. Ministries, full count. Ball 4. And that walk right there will end the afternoon for Caden Johnson. Out of the dugout is Jim McGuire. He will finish with 5 1/3 innings, only giving up 2 hits, which that is now 20 in his 36 innings of work. So the hits are not the issue for Caden Johnson. Does give up 2 runs. At this juncture, the runner at first base is his responsibility. 6 walks, 8 strikeouts. Did not hit a batter. He is in line for his 3rd win of the year. And the new pitcher is Jack McLaury, freshman out of Independence High School. If you look at the NJCAA website, you're going to see he's also the leading hitter on the squad. He's hitting .500. Of course, he got his first 2 at-bats of the year up at VolState last weekend, and it went 1 for 2. Glory, 6'1", 155-pound freshman from Las Casas, Tennessee. Played high school at Independence High School. His father is the head coach, Mike McLaury. Mother is Ashley, has a brother, Judd. Grandpa Mahoney and Grandma Deb in Iowa. And he also has a Mimi in Murfreesboro. He's a general studies major here at VolState. He is our Summit Concrete call to the bullpen, first out of the bullpen. 12th appearance of the year. Now tied for 2nd on the staff. 16 in the 3rd innings, giving up 19 hits, 15 runs, 11 earned. 13 walks, 15 strikeouts. He has a 3-0 record, not in line for the win, but depending on how long he pitches in this ball game, could pick up a save. But he will enter the game to face catcher Evan Ash with 1 on and 1 out. Ash is 0 for 2. Flew out in the 1st, struck out in the 4th. So Hayden Collins on with a walk at first base. Glory delivers a first pitch strike. Rebecca Nazarene with a former VolState player. There's a ground ball to second, could be 2. Plummer over to Molnar on to first base for a 4-6-3. Doodat double play. Just what the doctor ordered for Jack McLaury. Couple pitches and he gets 2 outs and gets out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. The Doodat double play gets VolState out of any damage in the 6th. So Caden Johnson line is 5 1/3, 2 hits, 2 runs. They were earned. Walked 6, struck out 8. And as I said, he is in line for his 3rd win of the year. Jack McLaury comes in and does the job for VolState. And the Pioneers can't do it in this inning, but could walk off with a mercy rule win after 7. 10 runs after 7 innings. So we've got a little bit to go. See if we still have the same pitcher. I believe we do. That is still Blaine Nunley out on the mound for Southwest Tennessee Salukis. Came in with 21-22 overall record, 7-11 in conference play. Don't believe they've been swept this year. They did win 1 against Walters 2 weekends ago. Paul White sending in that scripture to Parker. Make him memorize that one, Paul. It's a good one. He needs to memorize. I've tried to give him some easier ones to memorize. What was the one I gave you? I gave you, is it James 4:4? Is that what it is? Rejoice in the Lord always. I say again, rejoice. That's pretty easy. Hardest part is trying to remember where the address. Cannon Lewis leads off the bottom of the 6th. Looks at a breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Lewis, 2 RBIs in the 1st. And he's going to get a ground ball into left field for a base hit. He's got a couple. Now 2 for 3. A Couple RBIs, also hit by a pitch. Now lead-off single. All right, Parker, while you're in here, find me a good one out of Hebrews, what we just got done reading, Hebrews 6 through 10. Find me a good one in there for our Full Count Ministries verse of the game. A lot of pressure on you. Connor Paul steps in, looks at a ball. Paul's got a single in 3 plate appearances, looks at a ball down low. Had an RBI in the second, also scored a run. Lewis bluffs. There's a called strike. Evan Ash coming out of his stance to throw. That's why he did come out. You didn't see it on the camera angle that you're looking at, but Lewis probably not going to be taken off, up by 7 here. Connor Paul looks at another strike. Likes to go to left field, especially when the shortstop playing up. Braden Cale's had enough. He's taken off. Pitching coach at Trevecca. Paul reaches around that sinker, fouls it down to Shane Kemp at first base coach's box. VolState with 3 in the first and 5 in the second. Go up 8-1. Both teams scored 1 in their half of the 5th. Where we are now, 9-2. Ground ball to first. Hayden Collins comes in, gloves, throws to second, and the ball gets off the glove of Logan Luckett. There's going to be another error. And runners are going to be at first and second. So Paul reaches on the fielder's choice. Lewis reaches on the error by Luckett. Third error of the game for the Salukis. Landon Luderman steps to the plate. 5'10", 190 pounds sophomore from Knoxville Catholic. General Studies major, the son of Daniel and Shannon Luderman. Older brother to Hudson and Easton, his sister. Has a Nana in Louisiana and a granny in Arizona. Slider, this is down and in. Ludi 0 for 2, has got a ground ball RBI, looking for his first hit of the ball game. Came in for Walker Strange, former summer teammate of Parker White. Walker Strange. Along with Luke Lowry of Roan State Community College and Riley Franklin of Walter State. Paul White gets another mention. He sent me a picture of those 4 youngsters playing in junior college. Luderman squares around a bunt. Takes a strike. Showed that picture to Riley Franklin last weekend in the Walter State press box. He was stunned and amazed that I would have that photo. 3-1 pitch to Luderman. That's going to stay inside, and bases are loaded. Lex Falsoni will step to the plate. But first, we'll have a visit from head coach Eric Schoenrock in his 5th year with the Salukis. If you're not sure what a Saluki is, do like I did and Google that. John Rypel's checked in with a Full Count Ministries verse of the game. But John, he wasn't here for our D group meeting this morning. He's always welcome, of course, but he's got a real job Monday through Friday over at JP2. He came in with a verse in chapter 12. John, We'll have to do that one next week. We have chapters 11 through 13 next week. But you got me one ready? Okay. John, I appreciate you listening in, even though you're not here. It's good to have John Ripel, former head coach at Nebraska Wesleyan in somewhere Nebraska. It's not in Omaha. Swing and a miss on a fastball that Lex Falsoni couldn't have done anything with that with a telephone pole. You can always look it up. There's a Google. Fastball catches the outside corner, and just like that, Falsoni down 0-2 with nobody out and the bases juiced. Or we could just ask John, and he'll send in the text, tell us where Nebraska Wesleyan is. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Breaking pitch swung on and missed. Falsoni 1 for 3. He had a 2-run double in the second. Third strikeout of the game by Blaine Nunley, and now Reggie Cooper steps in, fouls. First pitch he sees straight back. He's over 2 with a walk. Lincoln, Nebraska is where Nebraska Wesleyan is. The capital of Nebraska is Lincoln. I'm going to bet on Nebraska Wesleyan's website it does not say Lincoln. Just a guess. Ground ball to second. That's going to be too slow to turn 2 on, and Reggie Cooper's going to get a ground out RBI, and Pioneers are going to go up 10-2. So a productive out. Drives in Cannon Lewis. Connor Paul moves up to third. Luderman moves down to second with Drew Plummer stepping to the plate. Ground ball up the middle. Let's see if it sneaks through. Logan Luckett gloves and throws on to Collins. Just a little too slowly hit. Otherwise, VolState would have picked up 2 more runs. Nice play by Luckett to atone for the error earlier in the inning. Pioneers score 1 on 1 hit. 1 error, 2 runners left on base. We are through 6, 2/3 of the way through. Pioneers lead 10-2. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network.
Every day, all around the nation, people find themselves in need of a hero. Fire and emergency medical responders are those heroes we need. If you desire to make a difference in your community, visit volstate.edu to learn more.
Have you ever wondered what happens when you click Buy It Now? A whole series of transactions take place, from the manufacturer to your front door.
That is logistics and supply chain management.
At VolState, we offer end-to-end supply chain courses.
Going into the future, our students need to understand these processes.
A lot of business is dependent upon getting a product on time.
Students here at VolState are able to leave here with that knowledge.
Because the supply chain
Is counting on me.
We're all working in the cloud. But what really is the cloud? If you start pulling back the clouds themselves, you find out it's an infrastructure. Computer science is
not my major. And I'm not very good at timing these commercials, so I apologize. Connor Brinkley, apparently a switch hitter. I don't believe he was hitting left-handed first time he came to the plate against Caden Johnson, but against Jack McLaury, moves around to the other side. No idea what happened there. It's Falsoni. In some apparent pain. It may be a thumb issue is the way he caught that. He caught that backhanded going away. not put his hand on anything. Brinkley gets a high fastball that he likes and drills that one into right field for a base hit. Third hit of the game for Southwest Tennessee. Brinkley now 1 for 3. Nick Stamper, the left fielder, steps to the plate. It does show on the roster that Connor Brinkley is a switch hitter. McLaury in his first inning, full inning of relief, he came in to get the last 2 outs of the 6th. Misses with the first 2 pitches to Nick Stamper, who walked in the second, then was promptly picked off by Caden Johnson and struck out in the 4th. Slow roller down to third base, but this will go foul. Breaking pitch catches the inside corner. Count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Let's see if McLaury will drop down sideways on this 2-2 pitch. He does not. It's a ground ball to Luderman at third. He can go to second base. Plummer on to first, and Stamper beats it out. Ground ball a little bit too high of a chopper to Luderman. Gave Stamper a couple steps toward first base. Nice play by Landon Luderman to get the lead runner, though. Number 9 hole hitter Jordan Johns 1 for 2. He steps in. John Ripel did come strong with one of the more famous verses in the book of Hebrews in chapter 12, verse 1. It's a good one, John. Throw over to first base. Told my guys even this morning, I said, look for these key words in Scripture. Therefore is one. I've said all that to say this right here. Therefore, pay attention. Ground ball up the middle, snagged by McLaury, throws to second, and he picks up another do-dat double play. A 1 to 6 to 3 to get out of the jam, just what the doctor ordered again. He has thrown 2 ground ball double plays that ended each of the last 2 innings. If he hadn't snagged that one, it might have been a 6 to 3 double play. He wanted to get in on the action. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. VolState with 2 here in the bottom of the 7th can walk this one off. We better get some more thanks into our sponsors. Mike Hoover over at Accurate Mortgage. He's got a sign out there on the outfield wall. They have locations in Cool Springs and Smyrna. Get to Accurate Mortgage at accuratemtg.com. Or you can call them at 615-833-0456. Got a new pitcher on the mound for Southwest Tennessee. Dalton Brenner, 6'1", 165-pound freshman from Bartlett, Tennessee. Will take over for Blaine Nunley. So it's the third right-hander from the Saluki staff. Nunley goes 4 1/3 innings. He's up 3 hits, 2 runs. Only 1 was earned. Walked 3, struck out 3. Dalton Brenner appearing for the 6th time. He has 7 innings of work. He's given up 6 hits, only 1 run, which was earned. Walked 2, struck out 3. Has hit 3 batters and has a 1.29 ERA in those 7 innings. Coach Eric Schoenrock going to give him an opportunity to show what he can here against the top of the Pioneer lineup. Logan Molnar going to go up there hungry. He is 0 for 4. First pitch delivered by Brenner. Misses outside. Gets a called strike on Logan Molnar, the leadoff batter. Fouled off to the right side. Brenner ahead. Molnar goes. Is not sure if he had to throw down there or not. We've had our second collision at first base, and Hayden Collins might have dislocated his left shoulder. He goes down. Looks like Evan Ash had the ball long enough, I thought, but he went ahead and threw down to complete the strikeout, and the home plate umpire is treating it as though he did need to do that. And Drew Webster will step to the plate. He's 1 for 1. Sacrifice fly and an RBI in his last at-bat. Still very windy here in Gallatin, Tennessee. Webster has to do the get-out-of-the-way dance on that inside fastball. He's looking at a 3-ball, no-strike count. Came on for Zach Zimmerly, who was plunked in the back of the neck in the 2nd inning. Second time he got plunked. Webster nearly got plunked on ball 4. He will draw a 1-out walk. Stephen Bell steps to the plate. Bell's got a couple hits in 4 plate appearances, 3 official at-bats. He's 2 for 3. Double and an RBI in the 2nd, and an infield single in the 3rd. That was the 3rd. It's a very long 2nd inning. 10 batters came to the plate. Grounded out in the 5th inning. Scored 2 runs. He was looking to end the game with that swing. 10-run rule in effect now in 7 innings of work, so he is right now the winning run standing at the plate. If you're going to leave the park, you're probably going to leave it in right field here. Wind is pretty significant coming from left field over to the right field line. 320 down the lines, about 350, 355 in the alleys. Popped up, out of play, and 380 to dead center, where the U.S. flag is flying above the batter's eye in dead center field. Full Count Ministries, Full Count. Stay tuned after the game. Parker White has come up with our Full Count Ministries verse of the game out of the book of Hebrews. Found one at chapter 6 to 10. 3-2 pitch just outside. Evan Ash looking back at the home plate umpire, wondering where that pitch was. Pretty close pitch to be taking. So after Brenner strikes out the first batter he faces, he walks Webster and Bell, brings to the plate Cannon Lewis. Had a productive day. He's got a couple hits. Also reached on a hit by pitch and a fielder's choice. He scored 2, driven in 2. The head audio video man here at VolState for making sure that we're up and rolling on our broadcast. As always, appreciate all his work and help for the VolState Sports Network and for me personally to make sure I have an understanding of the equipment and puts me in a position to just press a few buttons and talk a little bit about baseball. Popped up on the right side, that'll get out of play. My summer partner, Zach Williams, and I, that's what we say right before we go on the air. I said, let's just talk a little ball. We're just going to talk a little baseball. Cannon Lewis with a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Redshirt sophomore transfer from Roan State Community College, son of Ryan and Daphne Lewis. That's going to squeak by the 5-hole of Evan Ash, and both runners will move up. Guessing a wild pitch. Not sure if it hit dirt or not, but if I'm a catcher, I'm saying I need to stop that one. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now the winning run is in scoring position. Stephen Bell out at second base. Tapper toward the Pioneer dugout. Jim McGuire flashing signs down at the third base coach's box. Shane Kemp keeping a close eye on Stephen Bell at second as the Salukis infield has been drawn in now. Another changeup down in the dirt. This one blocked by Ashley. Ashy. It's not Ashy. Last year I called him Ashy. He's just Ash this year. I think somebody up in the press box at Southwest Tennessee last year was messing with me. Said, yeah, call him Ashy. He's Evan Ash. Full count. Foul tip into the glove, and it looks like Ash held on. Cannon Lewis down on strikes. Second out of the inning. Connor Paul now with a chance to be the hero. He has an RBI single in his 4 trips to the plate. Another base knock right here, and this game should be over. Bell runs well at second base. He's going to be off with the swing with 2 outs. Low. Doubleheader starts tomorrow at noon back here at VolState. 2 7-inning contests. Caleb Pika should get the start in game 1. Caden Johnson got the game 1 start. Has some family obligations down in Alabama. I assume he's still here in the dugout. Hasn't left yet, but I would assume he's going to leave right after the ball game. There's one that gets between the legs again of Ashy, and Pioneers score another one on the walk. Now the winning run is at third base. Third walk of the inning. Now Landon Luderman steps in. I want to say that one is probably also going to be a pass ball. Luderman can't hold up on that swing. Another wild pitch, and this ball game will be over. Backhanded that one. Did Ash. Count goes 1-1 Pass ball is treated like an error, so it's an unearned run. As a line drive in the right field. Diving will be Jordan Johns, but he won't come up with this one. And this one belongs to the Pioneers as Landon Luderman gets the GW RBI. VolState wins the game 12-2 in mercy rule. Luderman with the game winner, gets his first hit of the ball game. As this one goes final. VolState picks up their 4th conference win of the year. They're 4-14. Now 14-21 overall. Southwest falls to 7-12 in conference play. And now fall 2 games below 500 at 21-23. Winning pitcher Caden Johnson. He moves to 3-1 on the season. Losing pitcher will be Zach Seward. He falls to 3-3. And Jack McLaury does not get credit for a save. He only threw an inning and 2/3. Did a fantastic job. Only gave up 1 hit. Was able to get a couple ground ball double plays to get out of both the innings that he pitched in. But our Toyota of Gallatin star of the game is going to be Caden Johnson, the player of the game. Caden Johnson goes 5 1/3 innings, only allows 2 hits, 2 runs, which were earned, did walk 6, but 8 strikeouts, worked around those 4 batters that got on base. Only gave up the 1 run in the top of the first inning. That was on a leadoff walk. So VolState takes game 1 of the series 12-2. We'll be back here at noon tomorrow for game 1 of the doubleheader. Caleb Pika should get the start on the mound for the Pioneers. Let's get to our Full Count Ministries verse of the game, brought to us today by Parker White. Comes out of Hebrews chapter 6, verse 10. It says, God is not unjust. He will not forget your work and the love you have shown him as you have helped his people and continue to help them. Hebrews 6:10. And just as an aside, John 13:34-35. I'm sure that Parker White would love for you to know that. That's the love one another verse. A new command I give you, love one another. As I have loved you, so you must love one another. They will know that you are my disciples if you love one another. So Parker is going to remember that one, hopefully, anyway. Paul, you can work on him on that one. So the Pioneers get the win. Game that took 2 hours and 23 minutes to complete. Finished early after 6 2/3 innings. Landon Luderman gets the walk-off winner to score Stephen Bell with the single in the right field. Would have been extra bases, but VolState didn't need that. Would have been extra bases that would have ultimately scored both those runs, so they're going to end up being earned on my score sheet. They scored 2 runs on the 1 hit. We're aided by 3 walks in the inning, no errors. VolState scored 8 in the first 2 and then picked up 4 more in the last 3 innings, the 5th, 6th, and the 7th, to take the victory over Southwest Tennessee here at Pioneer Field in Gallatin, Tennessee. Again, thoughts and prayers out to the Caden Johnson family, the loss of Joe Sr., also known as Granddaddy to Caden, and also congratulations to his great-grandfather on the occasion of his 100th birthday. So Joe Jr. and Shayna, Mimi, condolences and congratulations for the Johnson family. That'll do it for me here at VolState. Be back at it again tomorrow for Athletic Director Bobby Hudson and Head Coach Jim McGuire. This is Tim Reese saying so long. God bless you. Talk to you tomorrow on the VolState Sports Network.